Good evening, everyone. And for those of you joining here, my name's Amy Holmwood, and I'm really happy to be part of this Facebook Live tonight, January 2nd, or is it the 3rd? Today, I don't even know what day it is. I think it's the 2nd. And just hailing from Park City, Utah. And we are doing this as a Facebook Live. So as you guys are joining, please tell me where you're tuning in from. And, if you're interested in what you hear tonight, just give me a thumbs up and I can send you some information. And if someone invited you onto this tonight, I just want to let you guys know, reach out to them and let them know if this is something that you're interested in learning more about. Again, my name's Amy Holmwood. I'm a financial advisor turned wellness activist. And I've had some health issues in my life, and mainly something called Lyme disease. And that is what has gotten me into this business, and also just learning about holistic nutrition and holistic wellness. And it's become now a passion of mine. And I am going all over the world educating people on this new platform. It's something called biohacking and nutrigenomics. And really, it's the future of health. And it's not something that very many people know about. I want to share my screen with you guys and show you some slides that hopefully will help you understand better what it is that we're talking about. I'm happy to share these slides with you guys. So just post a 1 on the Facebook if you want to see these slides. So really what the conversation is something called biohacking. And what it's almost like you think of your body as a computer. It's like has its blueprint, and it can be manipulated and changed, and it needs to be updated all the time. It's almost like your hard drive gets full, and your body gets something called oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is just free radicals that are ravaging your cells just from being alive, breathing air, being surrounded by electromagnetic frequencies, all of the environmental toxins, and all of those things are creating something called oxidative stress. And it is something that is really how we age. And so if you think of your body could be tuned up using more technology that's available today, that's really what we're talking about with biohacking your body. And also something called Nutrigenomics. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But when you think about business, I want to talk about business first. And I want you guys to think about how large the technology sector is. And you want to just apply the way that humans are aging with genomics. And that's really the next trillion-dollar industry. The first one was like Microsoft based on zeros and ones. Now we're looking at their human genetic code. And that is the new technology that's going to disrupt really literally all of health and wellness. And that's an opportunity of a lifetime that has to be seized in a lifetime of the opportunity. And that's right now. So that's what I saw when I learned about this. And I also always know that it's important to know where you're headed, or you may not end up in the place that you want to be. And so no wind favors him who has no port. So for me, I was looking for something specifically to take my life in a new direction and be able to use more technology to run my business. So this is something that a lot of people don't know about. The highest form of ignorance is when you reject something that you don't know anything about. And I really want you guys to be open-minded about learning about this. A lot of doctors, I just read an article today that most physicians, and it was specifically about cardiologists, have never even taken a nutrition class. So they don't know anything about this stuff. So when you go and talk to your doctor about nutrigenomics and biohacking, they have no idea what you're talking about. So this is something that you need to realize. And don't just poo-poo this because your doctor doesn't know about it. So when you think about where business opportunities are, you look at the largest sectors really over the last 5 years, they're bringing together entrepreneurs and customers together. So they're using technology platform to have people be able to make money in different industries. Airbnb is a perfect example. People have a home. We have a house here in Utah. We could put that on Airbnb, make some extra money. We could go on Facebook Live, which we're doing right now. And you guys, please, say hi. And if you're enjoying this, give me a thumbs up. Facebook's an incredible place to do business. And it's really, frankly, with video content, is going to be the largest business site in the world. They're saying within 5 years. Uber connected drivers that they could sit there and needing extra income and have a job come in on a phone without them having to call anybody. And that's the way our business is. Our goal with our wellness business is to be able to operate as easy as you would if you were an Uber driver. And when you think about these industries, they're so huge and they're just changing everything. And this is what's happening in the wellness sector. When you think about how big these ideas are, that companies are worth $1 billion just because they have a great idea. Really, Nutrigenomics is in that same space. The idea alone of changing the expression of your biology by what you do every day, whether you meditate, whether you eat turmeric, whether you're eating a vegetarian diet, all those things disrupting your blueprint of your body and being able to monitor that is $1 billion idea. So when you look back just over the last 20 years, the way that technology has taken all this stuff that we used to use and put it in your pocket, this is what we're talking about with genomics. We're going to have all this data we're going to be able to capture as the future unfolds with this, to be able to say what foods and things should we be putting into our bodies and how will that improve human health. And that is what my goal is in the next 50 years of my life, is elevating humanity through sharing this type of information and just staying on the cutting edge, bringing together customers and entrepreneurs together to run businesses and using incredible products and sharing those products and being able to work in a laptop lifestyle like I am right now. And I've chosen to partner with a company called LifeVantage. And they're a leader in the sector of nutrigenomics and biohacking. They have a supplement line that is very special. It is one that is scientifically validated, which is very unusual. You're going to see more companies that are going to have to validate the science of what the claims that they are trying to make. Most companies don't even make any claims. They can't, because they have no proof of what they have. With what we have a number of claims we can make. But one is that our product, and I'll talk about it tonight, called Protandim, actually is the only supplement in the world proven to extend life. Now, this was a study that was done at the National Institute on Aging as part of the NIH Institute in Washington, D.C. And that has been something they've been researching for the last, almost 20 years, looking at different medicines and also looking at supplements that extend life, and things like resveratrol and, green tea, and some of the more proven and studied turmeric and things like that. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I just threw this in here, is when people are thinking about their future. I'm a financial advisor. And you start looking at what kind of income can somebody make if they're working in a business where they can have a technology-based leveraged income business. And I'm just sharing with you guys that this is a huge financial opportunity. I'm not making any income claims tonight, nor am I making any medical claims, but I want you guys to look at monthly averages. And this is just the company that I've chosen to work with. And I've reached the rank of Elite Pro 9 it was actually in about 4 years joining this company with no experience, because our products are so amazing and it's completely changed my financial situation. I don't have to think about running a different type of bricks and mortar business like I used to run. And I also want you guys to know and understand the hyper-connected world, the implications of that, and how many people in the world are going to be connected to the internet that you could touch in this type of a business. Right now, we have about 3.8 billion people connected to the internet. Within 5 years, the whole entire planet will be able to have access to the internet. And we will be able to work from our phones and our computers throughout the entire planet, helping everyone around the world get this kind of information. And right now, LifeVantage is in actually 14 countries that they're doing business in. So we are just getting started. We're at the beginning stages of pioneering this company. And exponential growth is something that a lot of people don't understand. And I'm just going to show this to you. Most people have linear businesses. They don't have leveraged businesses. They have business where they go to work, they get a paycheck, and if they don't show up, they don't get paid. They don't have royalty commissions unless they're an author, a songwriter, or maybe they have some kind of a real estate portfolio that has, rental income and things like that. It's very expensive. Or to be an investor where you've accumulated wealth and now you're getting income off of that. What I'm talking about is taking advantage of this technology disruption that's happening where people are buying stuff online. And so when you look at that, that's that opportunity that comes very rarely when you have a business that you can, not just you're responsible for, but people all over the world are going to tap into, and you can make money on that. And that is called leverage. And that's the exponential trend that those other companies like Uber and Airbnb have been able to capitalize on. And disrupting is simply radically changing a business and making it change forevermore. And that's what we've done with the supplement industry, because now we have products that are proven to extend life and also change gene expression in your body. So over the next 10 years, 10 million new millionaires are going to be made in the economy in the United States. And most of them are going to be made in wellness and on in online businesses in the wellness sector. And the statistic for women that make over $100,000 a year is about 80% of all of them are making that in a network marketing business. So just think about that. Over 80% of all women that make over six figures in the United States are doing it exactly the way I'm doing it right now. So the other 20% are working in, some cubicle somewhere and driving in traffic. Okay. So I'm just telling you guys, this is definitely where it's at. And so if you're questioning any of this, just start looking up longevity and looking up all the major periodicals over the last 2 years. Every major cover of the largest, most successful magazines in the world are talking about longevity. And this year, this is the slide from last year, Scientific American. It just goes on and on. It's amazing. And a lot of also science journals as well. And so machine learning is also going to change the way that we have access to this information, because we're going to know more about our health than ever. And this is something that you're going to be able to capitalize on. And this is one company right here, Illumina. They're saying that within a few years, they're going to be able to map out your entire genome for $100. Right now, it's thousands and thousands of dollars, and it takes about 2 days to do because there's so much data that the computers can't handle. And so this is something that, as technology changes, Nutrigenomics is going to be mainstream. It just isn't yet. So this is the beginning of it. It's before that genome gets mapped out for $100. Looking at food and plants and nutrition that changes the expression of your genes. That's your biohacking. And that is where we are at LifeVantage right now. And that is where you have to understand, if you can get into a business like this before everybody else understands it, that is the best time to get into the business. So Dr. David Perlmutter, he's a #1 New York Times bestselling author. He has 2 phenomenal books. One is called Grain Brain. Another one is called Brain Maker. He's been writing about this for a long time, how food that we consume interacts with our DNA on a moment-to-moment basis, that you can change the expression of your DNA, and only 2% of your DNA is actually coded for the diseases that you inherited from your parents and your grandparents and the clan Galbraith for me in Scotland. So I don't need to worry about that 2%. I know I can control 98% of that. And that is what the new news is that everybody needs to know, that you have control over your DNA. And this is what biohacking is. And this is our story. We're on a biohacking journey. And our main product is the #1 biohacking supplement in the world. It's called Protandim, and it reduces a condition called oxidative stress, an average of 40% in 30 days. And that oxidative stress is that rusting of the cell that can be slowed down by changing the expression of your genes to upregulate antioxidants inside your cell that are much more powerful than the kind of goji berries and blueberries and vitamins that people are taking. And this is what is the cause of most diseases, is oxidative stress. And the doctors don't talk about it or measure it because they don't have a solution for it. They're only going to measure something if they can have a pill to give you. They're not going to say, oh, you have oxidative stress. Sorry, I don't know what, because they don't know what to do about it because they never took a nutrition class. They don't know anything about this. So this is something, the more you know about, the more powerful you are going to be able to control your health. So this is the gene. This is what all you need to really know to do this business. You don't have to be a scientist. I'm a financial advisor. Is that there are proteins that control the DNA. And one is called NRF2. And that is the master switch to turn on the DNA in your cells that make antioxidants inside your cells. Those antioxidants are millions of times more powerful at neutralizing free radicals than any kind of goji berry that you can eat. And this is what we want to protect, is the DNA. And we're surrounded by all this stuff every day. We can't get away from it, you guys. There's nothing, doesn't matter how great you are. If you live on top of a rock somewhere, you're surrounded by all this stuff and you can't get away from it. So we have to do more than just take, a Centrum or a 1-a-day vitamin. It's not going to work. It's not powerful enough. So these are the sectors that our company is in right now. We are growing. We're still at the early stages of our company. We have many other products, but you have to know how to recognize a business opportunity. And a lot of people have never done that before. They've never looked at businesses because maybe they've always worked for somebody else. So you have to look at timing and trends. You have to look at where you are in that business model. Like, you wouldn't invest in a facsimile machine company right now, or flip phones, right? That's come and gone. But genomics and nutrigenomics, absolutely 100%. We are all on the right track right now with timing and trends. And then what kind of company? Well, LifeVantage is a publicly traded company. It trades on the NASDAQ. It's had this product out, Protandim, since 2003. And it started out in pharmacies. It was in 10,000 pharmacies. It was not in a direct selling model. They went for traditional bricks and mortar businesses. They were in CVS, GNC, Walgreens, and they sat on the shelves next to Centrum. It was $50 a bottle, and nobody knew what nutrigenomics, biohacking, or oxidative stress was back in 2003. And they still don't know 15 years later because nobody else is talking about this yet. So you have to understand that we are with a company that has had this with thousands and thousands of people using these products. Protandim, it does over 150 million a year in sales just for that one product alone. So this is very special time for this company. We also have a system that helps people learn how to do this business together and understand the science. And I'm part of that system right now on Facebook Live, and also just doing a Zoom presentation that's recorded. And I'll put that with my team, and everyone can share this information. We all work together. We have an incredible culture of leadership that people just want to make the world a better place. They're all about magnifying and expanding health and being able to educate people on this new direction of health for them to take control of that. And also our compensation plan, which is second to none in the industry. We have a phenomenal compensation plan. It's easy to understand. It pays every month on the 15th, and I've never not gotten my check. So we just a little bit more about LifeVantage. We have 26 peer-reviewed published studies, and those are all available on a site called PubMed. PubMed.gov is the National Institute of Health Library of Medicine, and that has a tremendous amount of research on oxidative stress, and also that longevity study and all the other Protandim research studies. So we've been mentioned in over 300 studies that have been done, that are posted on the NIH website. So we also have patents, which is really exciting for a nutrition company to protect our formula, because that is really our value, is that we can protect this at least for, I think, probably in about another 12 years, which is plenty of time to build your business. And then we have new category of products that nobody else has in the market. We also have an ABC News report that I would encourage you guys to go take a look at. If you just go onto YouTube, type in Protandim, Protandim, and ABC News, and you'll see that investigative report where John Quinones, who's a seven-time Emmy Award-winning investigative reporter, took live blood on national TV and showed his oxidative stress was reduced by 45% in 14 days after taking one Protandim a day. That's huge. We still use that information. It's incredible. And we also have a branding strategy that we are using with Real Salt Lake, which is one of the best franchises in national soccer, which our name LifeVantage is on the jersey front. So that's a $30 million sponsorship. So we really have a unique branding strategy that we've just started to employ. We also have incredible leadership. Because we are a publicly traded company, we do have a board of directors that hires our CEO. We are not a mom and pop business. We don't have an owner. So the shareholders are the owners of this company. And I encourage you guys to take a look at the stock. It's LFVN, and I think it's around $13 right now. 52 weeks ago, it was $3. So the company is on a trajectory now. We're really in our second phase of growth. And these guys know what they're doing. They came over 3 years ago from another company, and they're just so skilled at growing companies to $1 billion. That's what they've done 3 times in a row with other companies. So this is really exciting for me to see as a business person that we have leadership to take this company to $1 billion. So right now, where we are in this, if you just look at this Peter Drucker S-curve, every company has this curve. And we are still in the formulation and pioneering stages because people don't know anything about nutrigenomics and biohacking. They're just learning about plant-based nutrition. So we're still down here, you guys. And once we get to, maybe like 300 million a year in sales, then we're going to get this momentum where there's critical mass. There's a lot, like 5% of the population has heard of this before, and now it starts to take off. And that's when 80% of the growth in companies happens. And if you look back at like Apple and Starbucks and all these other companies, you see the same thing. Starbucks started in like 1972. So look at the timeline. Okay, so we're at this early phase, and this is where I'm excited from a business perspective to help people get involved in this now. this is something that's very important when you get involved in direct selling, that you are at the right time, at the right place. And that's where we are right now. And I just wanted to thank you guys for being with me tonight. I also want to make sure that you understand there was nothing that I ever would say to claim that we can treat, heal, cure, mitigate any disease. We do have claims we can make by the FDA, structure and function claims that Protandim reduces oxidative stress, which is the root cause of aging in all mammals from 40% by 40% in 30 days. So I just thank you so much for being with me tonight. And if you want more information about this, just, whoever invited you on, please get back to them and, send me an email, private message, whatever. I'm so happy to work with all of you guys. And I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. So thank you so much.